What's up guys, today we are diving into the origin story of Victor Von Doom. With Doomsday coming out in December later this year, the time has come to uncover the truth behind one of Marvel's greatest villains. To understand the man behind the mask, we need to go back to where it all began. This is the story of a man born into darkness and destiny. Victor Von Doom, a genius marked by a curse from the very moment of his birth. The story begins with Doom's unusual ability to remember life in the womb, a sign of his exceptional intelligence and a hint of the curse his mother, Cynthia, placed upon him. Cynthia Von Doom, a witch who sold her soul to the Hell-Lord Mephisto, bears the responsibility for Doom's fate. When she uses the power of Mephisto to avenge the Romani people from the Baron's men, she unintentionally seals the fate of all firstborn children, except for her son, Victor. This incident sparks the conflict with the Romani tribe, who view Victor as cursed and threatens him and his father about casting them out. But Victor fights back, saying that if they cast him out, the pain they will feel will be nothing compared to what he will bring upon them. This is the first sign of Victor's power. The Romani people allow them to stay, but are treated as outcasts. As he grows, Victor falls in love with a girl named Valeria, a fellow member of the Romani tribe. She represents Victor's ideal of a normal life, one he can never have. One day, both Victor and Valeria return to their camp to find the news that his father has been summoned by the Baron men to tend to his wife. Victor's father is unable to cure the Baron's wife, and as a result, the Baron orders his execution. Victor and his father flee into the freezing wilderness of Latveria, struggling to survive. At one point, Victor's father appears to freeze to death while holding him, but was retrieved by the Romani tribe only to be taken by the Baron's soldiers and brought before their master, where he is left to await execution and ultimately meets his death. From this, Victor Von Doom is left with a deep, consuming hatred of the Baron, a hatred born from the fact that the Baron has cost him everything he has ever loved or cared about. Due to this, Victor's quest for power begins in earnest, as he seeks to free his mother's soul from the grasp of Mephisto. This inner drive shapes his transformation into Dr. Doom, and it is here we see the beginnings of Doom's obsession with merging science and magic. But the first time he kills someone, he did not see any difference between life and death after looking into their eyes. By this act, he becomes less human. Victor presses on with the development of sophisticated weapons and machines to counter the Baron's troops. His inventions attract the attention of the United States government in the years following World War II. Recognizing his extraordinary intellect, officials offer Victor a contract that brings him to State University, where, for the first time, his path collides with Reed Richards. The legendary rivalry between Dr. Doom and Reed Richards takes root here. Doom envies Reed for everything he cannot claim: brilliance, charm, and admiration. At the university, Victor's genius is undeniable. Yet his obsession with his mother's soul and his hunger for power isolate him from everyone else. While the other students attend classes, Victor works in secret, pushing the limits of science and magic. His relentless pursuit leads him to construct a device intended to pierce the Netherrealm and reclaim his mother's soul. But the experiment explodes and leaves him horrifically scarred, expelled, and transformed. The hopeful genius is gone, replaced by a man consumed by rage, ambition, and vengeance, in a final act of defiance before vanishing into the wilderness. He sabotages the government facility, leaving destruction in his wake. We also see this unfold in Fantastic Four issue 5 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, where Doom's origin is revealed through flashback. Victor and Reed are depicted as university rivals, with Reed warning Victor about flawed calculations. Victor ignores him, the experiment fails, and he places the blame on Reed, cementing their rivalry and leading to his exile. A man named Otto, a quiet messenger who recognizes Doom's potential, tells Victor Von Doom about a prophecy tied to Tibetan monks and the hidden temple. Otto describes a story of a man who has lost everything, a faceless man, who is destined to arrive at the temple. This man is said to merge science and magic, and ultimately lead the world into a new era. Doom, already stripped of his homeland, family, and identity, realizes the prophecy is pointing to him. Doom's tragic path leads him to Tibet, where he studies under monks and begins combining science with magic that will help him achieve his goals. He spends years there losing himself in studies, and this is a critical period of transformation for him. The turning point is when the monks acknowledge his genius and bow before him. Doom takes up residence at the highest level of the temple, deliberately distancing himself from everyone else. This physical isolation mirrors his emotional withdrawal from the world below. From this vantage point, Doom constructs a device capable of observing the entire planet. A composite viewing system that pulls from satellite feeds and television broadcasts. Nothing is hidden from him. Through this device, Doom learns how Latveria has changed in his absence. He discovers that the man responsible for his parents' deaths has now taken the throne. Doom feels immediate hatred toward this ruler, and then a news broadcast featuring Reed Richards appears on the screen. Reed's image instantly reawakens the memories of Doom's first great failure, the laboratory explosion, the chair, and the moment his future unraveled. Doom draws a conclusion that may not be rational, but feels inevitable. Reed Richards must have been in his room, must have tampered with his notes, must have sabotaged his work. From that moment, Doom's resentment crystallizes into outright hatred for Reed Richards. What Doom truly desires is to place himself beyond the reach of Mephisto forever. By extension, he seeks to eliminate any longing or desire for another human being. His solution is total withdrawal, cutting himself off from the world entirely. This is why he creates the suit of armor. This is why he forges the mask. They are not merely tools or weapons, they are barriers. In sealing himself inside the armor, Victor Von Doom rejects vulnerability, emotion, and human connection. It is at this point that Victor Von Doom is discarded, and Dr. Doom is born. This transformation is given its clearest expression in Fantastic Four Annual Issue 2 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, which depicts the birth and meaning of Doom's armor. In the mountains of Tibet, scarred and driven by pride, Doom forges his first suit and seals the mask to his face while it is still hot. Accepting pain as the cost of power, in that moment the armor becomes more than protection. It becomes Doom's identity, a permanent rejection of vulnerability. This is the moment Doom understands that the world can be his. Armed with his newfound mastery of blending magic and technology, he steps back into the wider world. Upon his return, he discovers the Baron has seized control of Latveria. Transformed into something beyond human, Doom prepares to strike and reclaim the kingdom he believes is his by right. Doom settles in a towering castle that watches over the graves of the Romani children lost to his mother's bargain with Mephisto. Their silent tombs haunt him, fueling a fury that will cast shadows over the world itself. Doom's influence expands rapidly, yet he knows that speed alone will not secure his ascent. Turning to Boris, a trusted family ally, the two ignite the spark of rebellion. Doom rallies the Romani clan leaders under his banner, vowing to topple the Baron and liberate Latveria from his iron grip. When a challenger dares to oppose him, Doom strikes without hesitation, a brutal warning that no one will dare defy him. Doom's goal is simple: seize control of Latveria, and he does it exactly the way legends are born. He starts with small skirmishes, striking isolated pockets of resistance. Each victory comes against the king's men, and with every defeat his legend grows. Those scattered pockets become organized resistance. The resistance becomes an army. Soon enough, it is no longer unrest, it is an open rebellion. Statues of the king are torn down in the streets. Doom then speaks directly to the king, saying he is Victor Von Doom, son of the man you had killed because he failed to cure his wife. Doom promises to end not just the king's reign, but his future. Standing before the massive army he has built, Doom launches a full campaign supported by early versions of his Doombots. Along the way he captures soldiers from the king's army, men who do not resist. Many of them want to join him. The king has made too many enemies, treated his soldiers too poorly for loyalty to survive. One by one, they swear themselves to Doom. All but one, whom Doom deliberately sends back to warn the king of what is coming. When Doom and his forces arrive at the battlefield, the king's army stands ready. Orders are given by the captain to kill the usurpers, but nothing happens. The soldiers do not move. They have already turned against the king. The only movement on the battlefield is Doom's. The king's men had been delivered to him by the soldier he freed the day before. As Doom walks forward, they step aside, not in fear, but in recognition, making way for their new ruler to pass. Doom wastes no time. He descends from the sky and seizes the king by the throat, crushing the life from him in seconds. No trial, no mercy, no last words. Doom releases the body and declares, "So it is done." A new age begins. The captain immediately drops to one knee, followed by the rest of the soldiers. In that moment, the legend of Doctor Doom is born. With the Baron's dominion in ruins, Doom ascends unopposed, crowned not by ceremony, but by inevitability, the unquestioned ruler of Latveria, ushering in an era ruled by his absolute power. Doctor Doom's origin is a heartbreaking tale of ambition, betrayal, and power. From a young boy with a simple dream of marrying Valeria to a man obsessed with freeing his mother's soul, Doom's path is marked by emotional conflict and the loss of his humanity. His evolution into the iconic villain is driven by his desire for absolute power and his inability to escape the pain of his past. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and do not forget to subscribe. I will catch you in the next one.